We live in a world of unprecedented physical abundance. Humanity currently grows enough food to feed 10 billion people, far more than our current global population. In the US alone, there are roughly 6 vacant homes for every unhoused person. Modern automation, global logistics, and technology have effectively solved the ancient human struggle against physical production. We can make more than enough of almost everything we need. So why does everyday survival feel so tight? Why are rents skyrocketing while apartments sit empty? Why does fresh produce get dumped into locked dumpsters while families struggle with food insecurity? Because under market logic, physical abundance is a crisis, and scarcity is a business strategy. First, let's separate natural scarcity from artificial scarcity. Natural scarcity is simple. A drought ruins a crop. A rare mineral is hard to mine. There simply isn't enough of a physical material to meet human demand. Artificial scarcity is entirely different. It happens when a resource is physically abundant, but access to it is intentionally restricted or destroyed to keep its price high. Think about how market pricing works. Prices rely on supply and demand. If supply skyrockets, prices drop. For consumers, that's usually great news. But for a corporation or investor, falling prices mean collapsing profit margins. If a good becomes so plentiful that anyone can access it for free or really cheap, its market value drops towards zero. Therefore, to preserve profit, capital must manufacture scarcity where none naturally exists. This isn't just an abstract concept. It happens every single day. Look at the grocery store. Major supermarket chains routinely lock their dumpsters or pour industrial bleach over unsold produce. This isn't because the food is spoiled. It's to prevent people from taking what was deemed unsellable. If people can get food for free behind the store, they won't pay for it inside. Or look at luxury fashion. Brands like Burberry and Coach have famously destroyed tens of millions of dollars in pristine, unsold clothing. Why? Because discounting the surplus would devalue the brand name and lower market prices for next season's line. Destruction is literally more profitable than distribution. We see the exact same pattern in housing. When a residential property is treated as a financial asset, a place for private equity firms to park wealth, a vacant apartment holding high speculative value is considered better business than lowering the rent to let a local family move in. To understand the root of this, 19th century political economists pointed to a key distinction: use value versus exchange value. Use value is how helpful something actually is. A coat keeps you warm, house provides shelter, loaf of bread stops hunger. Exchange value is what that item can be sold for on the market. In a human-centered economy, production would focus on maximizing use value, making sure everyone has food, clothing, and shelter. But under capitalism, exchange value rules supreme. Goods aren't distributed to satisfy human need. They're withheld until they can yield a profit. Once we start noticing artificial scarcity, we see it everywhere. From software features locked behind recurring paywalls, to life-saving medical patents held hostage for higher margins. The next time you're told society can't afford public housing, universal health care, or basic safety nets, remember, the barrier isn't a lack of physical resources or technology. We don't suffer from a scarcity of goods. We suffer from an economic system that requires manufactured poverty to protect profits.